Coffee and beer might make you queer, not in a homo way. It'll be odd, like it or not. Well, yeah, I'm recording already. You're not even a mic.
Now I'm mic'd up.
Mic check, yeah. 1 2 1 2. Greetings and salutations. We are here again today for another episode of the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. I am your host, Tony, along with your favorite host, Mr.
Frank.
And we're here finishing up our cigars from last episode where we discussed a little bit about history. What the fuck are we going to talk about this episode, Frank?
Oh, I was just thinking, I'm like, maybe I should get fucking Armchair Historian on.
Who that?
That's a guy the YouTuber, his videos are about fucking history. And there's this other guy, I think it's History Buffs. I really like him.
Are we just going to talk about podcasts we like?
No, it's not a podcast, they're YouTube channels.
Same shit. They're video podcasts.
Well, I'll show you some of the videos so you know what I mean.
Vlogs? Or are they like, they have do like the cut screens and animations and all that?
Yeah, it's mostly animations.
God, to have that level of fucking patience to put shit together like that.
Yeah.
Of course, these people don't have full-time jobs, do they? Is YouTube your full-time job at that juncture?
You'd think they have full-time jobs because, you know, with History Buffs, the guy's asking for fucking... He's got a Patreon account, and not many people are into history.
Well, there's certain podcasts like what we're hoping to do. You start off just using your own cat, just float it by for a couple of years, and then hopefully get a sponsor, and then you start making money, and then eventually you make enough money to quit the full-time job you got.
Keyword, hopefully.
Well, I'm not worried about it. We've got our cult following. Hi, cult. How are you?
We really do. Like, I want to go as far as calling it cult, but no, we do have faithful followers.
We need a symbol. What's our symbol? Oh, Spider-Man whips.
In the eye. Oh.
We'll do that one.
We can do that.
Like, I love you, sign language, but flip the wrist.
You know Doctor Strange and Spider-Man do the same hand gesture?
Doctor, give me the news, I gotta...
They even addressed it in one of the comics in recent years.
How's that?
It was like 6-10 years. The Spider-Man, when he shoots his web...
What we're just talking about doing?
Yeah, that... Doctor Strange does that same hand gesture for like
but that's when he's moving his hands around. That's like...
No, in the MCU it's different because they got a hand coordinator or whatever you call it.
No. I understand. Yeah, I get it.
In the comics it's like the same sign for almost every spell.
Right, but he's moving his arms too. It's not like... It's like an activation key.
Yeah.
But it's not shooting anything. It's not like shooting magic out of his wrists or something.
No, just out of his hands.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you want? There's only so many things you can do with your hands.
So, yeah, the reason being is because the art guy, I think it was Steve Ditko, was really good at drawing hands. And, you know, since it came from the same mind, well, the gesture became the same because, you know, he's drawing away what's on his mind. That was on his mind. And when he fucking first drew Spider-Man, he drew him with those exact same hand gestures. So, yeah.
Interesting. You know what's funny? I kind of like the setup. We're doing a new recording format. We're using a webcam to record for those of you on audio that aren't watching the YouTube yet. We've changed cameras. We've got a little bit better audio on the recording now. But it's what is it? Lower frame rate?
Fuck if I know.
What was my point? Anyway, my point is, so we've got it open in front of us. We can actually, instead of looking at you while we're talking, just look at you looking at me looking at you on the screen. So it's kind of an interesting triangle. Way. It's not a bad way to do it, though, as far as if we're, like, for the aesthetic. Like, it makes it look like we're talking with the people a little more.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and since they're
upgrading the podcast,
bringing us into their homes, you know, we're bringing them into...
Hey, smoke them if you got them, guys. We got these knockoff Cohibas. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say the fucking brand. I was trying to refrain from doing that, but they are knockoff Cohibas.
Well, they could have thought you were describing them.
Oh, man, they tasted terrible at the beginning.
Because
they were so dry, but once you got to the center and they started moistening up with the tar, I guess.
Yeah, so the fucking story, my brother's first time smoking a cigar.
Your brother's first time?
Yeah.
I didn't know we were ever talking about that.
It was with me. No, because the first time we did the cigar episode, we were talking about fucking cigars and our first time and how we got into them.
But your brother's first time.
My brother's first time, fucking, we're taking a road trip to San Antonio, I think, maybe Austin, for a fucking concert. It's usually a concert. And I had a leftover cigar from, I think it was my birthday. But it was just like this one. It was dried up, actually exactly the same.
I mean, to be fair, I did try and save it. I could have done more. A good way to save your cigars, like I said last cigar episode, you put it in your shower, not in the shower with you, but on a windowsill in the bathroom with you while you
take a hot shower.
Or another way, a great way to do it actually is also the way that you test your hygrometer.
Oh.
No, your hygrometer, which is what shows you your humidity in your humidor, the little dial. You put it in a plastic bag, in a sealed plastic bag with a little cup of purified water and salt, and it will zero out your reading exactly. But it will also, you could do that same method to hydrate your cigars. Just don't put the salt in there. Just use some purified water and a little, I don't know, whatever. Woo! These cigars, man.
So yeah,
light that side, man.
My brother's first time was.
Finally, we're getting to that. Sorry, man. These cigars are getting me fucked up.
We had
might as well be smoking weed.
Yeah, we were at a stupid fucking gas station. I think it was a Stripes, and I think we were talking about fucking ways of staying awake. And
Nicotine.
I'm like, and I'm like, well, some people use cigarettes, nicotine, right? That usually that usually helps with fucking people. And I'm like, oh, I have a fucking cigar left over from fucking last night.
What kind of cigar was it?
Probably a fucking Romeo y Julieta, knowing me.
Okay, they're not bad. They're really good cigars.
Yeah, and what happened was that so
your brother's,
it was dry. I told him,
cigar.
I'm like, well, it's pretty fucking dry. I'm like, put it in the fucking glove compartment. Oh, we'll wait a bit because it's hot in Texas, and it was the most humid place I can think of, the only humid place I can think of. So after a while, I'm like, yeah, the cigar should be ready. So we split it, right? And he was telling me how it's his first time, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna pass out. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, because there was this guy, because our seniors would always dip, and when you're in the military, specifically the Marines in my case, a lot of these people put, they dip, and what it is they put chewing tobacco between their lip and their gum.
People know what dip is.
And I didn't know what it was.
Well, you're a dipshit.
Yeah, and so I told him that one of my peers, because one of my seniors was offering it to us because we didn't do that shit. And one of my peers was like, yeah, I'll try Lance Corporal. And he's like, well, shit, okay, cool. So then he stuffed it in his mouth, and then we had to run back to the barracks. So we ran, and this guy ran with fucking
dip in his mouth.
Yeah.
Drool. Running with a cigarette alone would make... getting up and running now after the cigar is just a terrible thought.
Oh, am I a bad influence?
No, it was my idea to bring these out. I was mad at you for not bringing the fucking cigars you were supposed to bring.
So anyways, yeah, that was his first time, and then we came to find out it was passed out in his fucking barracks room because of the tobacco. And I told him, yeah, so you're gonna fucking pass out.
Well, because it's a nicotine overdose. It's just like any other overdose. It's gonna shut your system down. Your body's not gonna want to deal with it. Just like anything else, you'll fucking pass out.
So yeah, the guy fucking passes out, my brother, right? And I'm over here driving.
Could have given him a cigarette for his first fucking smoke.
No, because he wanted to try the fucking cigar. He'd smoking cigarettes before, but he wanted to try the fucking cigar. He had never had one. And I was driving, looking back at him and looking back at the road, and the way he was fucking positioned, like his fucking balls were fucking exposed. So I wanted to wake him up with a fucking smack to the balls, but I kept remembering the time I woke up one of my Marines that way. Because we were on ship in the fucking in the birthing area, which is a fucking room where all the fucking people sleep.
Gave birth?
Sure. And this guy, because we couldn't have our fucking boots on the fucking rack, Because first of all, that's fucking disgusting, right? So then these people would lay down with their boots on the floor. And so this guy laid down with his boots on the floor, but his legs were fucking spread open. And his balls were fucking exposed. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be fucking hilarious. And he was a few steps from the fucking water fountain. So I'm like, yes, that's the plan. I'm going to smack him and make my way to the fucking water fountain like nothing happened. And I did. So this was fucking more hilarious than I thought. Because I fucking wind up and I just let it go. And I smack him right dead center in the fucking balls. And I just hear him go, oof.
Oh, what a weird noise. I love that noise.
And I was laughing over to the fucking water fountain. And I didn't even fucking drink because I was trying to hold my fucking laughter in. And then I saw the guy go back to sleep. And that's when I started laughing.
He went back to sleep.
He went back to sleep. Like, oh, it's probably nothing. I probably dreamt it.
That's so fucking stupid.
I should fucking do it again just so he fucking knows.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't do it again.
I wish you did.
No, because I went into the other parking area laughing my ass off. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, dude, this guy's fucking racked the fuck out with his fucking stupid fucking feet to the fucking floor. And I just smacked him across the balls and goes, oof. Oof. Oof.
Alright, my question is, why do you and your brother wear shorts that allow your nuts to hang out? And how long are your nuts that they're just fucking hanging out your shorts?
We were wearing pants, me and him.
How was his nuts hanging out if he was wearing pants?
No, they weren't hanging out. It's just the way the fucking... Because you're sitting, right? And
you saw the outline?
Yeah, and so then when your body tends to slide. So when it slides, your balls, they're pushed up against whatever fabric, whether it be jean or fucking shorts.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, and then you just see them right there.
I haven't seen anybody nut tap anybody since fucking high school, man. Was sack tap? What would they call it? I feel like it was a game.
Cup check.
Cup check. Like, why would I have a cup on? I'm walking through the hallway.
Yeah, in junior high, when they first start the fucking football team.
People do it with a binder, too. Just straight up slice
cup check.
Your legs with a binder. Never happened to me, man. Never happened. Never had anybody fuck with my gonads.
Nah, it happened to me once going down the hall. I was like, cup check. And I'm like, I'm in soccer, you fucking asshole.
What does that have to do then?
You don't wear cups in soccer.
Some people do.
Yeah, but they're...
But then you can't pretend like you're hurt and throw yourself on the ground.
Right. And people ask me, like, why do fucking soccer players throw themselves on the ground?
Dramatic effect?
No, so the ref can see, oh, shit, there was a foul. And it can be like,
They're
okay,
trying to get somebody a red card to get the better people thrown out of the game.
You're trying to get a fucking free shot.
So. Well, a little bit of both, no?
Which is what LeBron James does. I'm like, this guy should have been a fucking soccer player.
He throws himself?
Yeah. That's why they made the fucking meme of him fucking winning a fucking Oscar for his performance.
Oh man, you know what I saw yesterday? My parents had on the Longhorn college football game. That shit's gonna get shut down, dude.
Oh yeah, they were talking about shutting down college football, not NFL football.
Well, because they're not fucking social distancing at all. You go to the stands and not one person in the stand was wearing a mask. Not like it was a giant cluster of people just jumping up and next. And I'm not saying that they're wrong in doing so. I don't care. Like they want to get sick. They want to kill the people around. Like I think especially when it's something you pay to go to like that. It's an exorbitant amount of money to go to those stupid games when you're not a student and shit. Like for shows and shit, I think it's go at your own risk. Like, protect yourself as much as you can. They sell plenty of devices for you to put over your body or over your seat now. You seen these individual little fucking cubicles you could take? They're like the kids dividers for cars that they're making adult size now so you can go to a movie theater and cover yourself. Maybe I dreamt that, actually. Actually, I think I dreamt that last night.
Oh.
Because on
you must feel trapped.
No, because on Shark Tank, they had that. Somebody had developed car dividers. It's like, you know, like the sunscreens for your cars where they like fold, pop out, fold. It was one of those things, like a pop-up tent kind of thing. But it was just like this cubicle, and you put it over the kid. It's like 3 walls: the back wall, the side walls, and then the kids can still see out in front of them, but they don't have to fuck with their sister in the car seat next to them, you know. Basically for parents who are tired of parenting inside the car.
Yeah.
It's a great idea, though, now that we have this fucking COVID shit and this self-quarantining shit. Like, well, if you care that much, purchase these things to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're going to go out to a public event like that. Like, you're putting it on yourself.
Yeah, I was watching the fucking highlights to the fucking Texans game.
Yeah, the reason they say is getting shut down isn't because I believe it should. It's just because due to what they're saying that they're supposed to be doing, they're not doing it.
Yeah. And there were some fans in the stands, you know, and the refs were wearing fucking masks. So I'm like, oh, at least there's some fucking playing by the rules.
Some of the players on the sidelines and coaches and shit are wearing masks.
Yeah, and
But,
I think
not everybody, though.
I think what's saving the NFL from getting
It's
canceled.
like 1 out of every 4 or 5 people is wearing a mask.
Yeah, is that the NFL is a cash cow. All that revenue that they're fucking producing, like
Cash
fucking,
cow.
yeah, for Budweiser and fucking Gatorade and all that other shit.
Gatorade.
Yeah, especially the selling of the jerseys. Yeah, fucking NFL's not going anywhere. They're gonna keep fucking
Yeah,
playing that.
CTE hasn't taken them out yet.
CTE.
Yeah, what's it called? Cranial trauma.
Oh, right,
Shit.
the fucking trauma to the head thing.
Bang bang to the
Yeah,
cabeza.
they keep fucking rearranging the rules fucking to prevent that shit. But it's like with inertia, you can't fucking sometimes you can't help but hit them in the head because, you know.
The problem is the world is so fucking nerfed that all these people with CTE, you know, back in the day they would have died off by the age of 50.
Yeah, and a
they
lot
would
of
have
football players only lived up to 50 because of that.
they anger themselves. That due to the reckless nature of the CTE, that, you know, it causes them to do stupid shit that, you know, kills them earlier in life. Yeah, it could be something as simple as smoking 2 or 3 cigars a day, you know,
Yeah.
to keep them calm, to fight that fucking stress that they feel, or, you know, like,
Yeah.
you make more reckless decisions with your life. You die a little earlier. And now everything's so nerfed. There's so many fucking vitamin drips and shit you can take. These guys that normally died at 50 are living to 80, 90 and look like fucking hammered dog shit. Like fucking Pretty Boy Floyd's dad, Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Yeah.
That dude looks like jackhammered shit. You know? But he's not. I mean, he's more coherent than a lot of other fucking fighters, that's for sure.
Well, the thing with boxing is
Have
that
you
it's
seen-
great
have-
cardio.
What do you think about this? Well, yeah, and if you don't get hit, you're like Pretty Boy Floyd, who you fucking, everything glances off you. You get hit once or twice every fucking 5 fights. He's gonna live a long, happy life, man.
Yeah.
Especially with all that money to pay for those vitamin drips when nothing's wrong with you.
Oh, yeah.
But, what was I gonna say? What do you think of the Mike Tyson coming back, bro?
And
who's he fighting? Yeah, it was supposed to be Holyfield for a second there. It was conjectured that it was going to be Holyfield. It would have been great.
I don't remember who it was.
But it's even better now. I think it's Anderson Silva?
I don't know. I forgot who the fuck it was because I fucking heard about that.
Who's Mike Tyson fighting?
And I'm like, well, this is probably fucking... There's a hook to this, I'm pretty sure. Because, you know, there's no fucking boxers like fucking Mike Tyson anymore.
Well, no heavyweight. I mean, there is, but they're just not as aggressive. I mean, Mike Tyson was a fucking... He was
a beast.
He's still scary. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Did you see the way he moved in that recent video?
Yeah, he's still pretty fucking fast.
He said
I'm
that
like,
the video I saw, he said that was like 60%. That was my first workout. It was hard. That 2 minutes of... This was his interview on Rogan. I highly recommend it.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. Take a double shot. One for Tyson too, man. He's a fucking monster. But he said, yeah, that first video I did that. I looked good for that first 2 minutes, but I was hurting for like a week or 2 after that. But now I'm good. That was at 60. I'm probably at like 80, 90. Or no, I think he even said he's at 100%. Like he's he's ready to fight already. He's training and nothing hurt. You know, he's back in it again. He feels good. Yeah, fucking 54?
54, 55, I don't know, but yeah.
And again, he's one of the, like, he would knock fighters out before they could do any damage to him, so he's still 100% there today.
Yeah.
He's better today than he ever was then because now he fucking micro doses and heavy doses mushrooms and fucking...
Yeah, now...
You see he did DMT live on somebody's podcast?
Did he?
Yeah, like during like right before they recorded, he did it. Went up, came down, and then talked about it on the pod. Like, dude, these guys just took me to see God before the break, before we started recording. And like, I gotta do that again now. Now that I know what to expect, it was scary. What'd you think, Mike? How was it? It was scary. I didn't know what to expect. All of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening to me? And then he fucking, but yeah, I want to do it again. I'm ready to do it. Like, now that I know where I'm going, what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what that got me on? They reminded me of Travis's fucking dog licking the cane toad.
Yeah.
You know what I found out? First off, the cane toad isn't the one that's going to get you. It's not the psychedelic toad. The Colorado River toad is the one you want. So what I found out is you can purchase a large adult Colorado River toad online for about $120. Or you can get a young one for a juvenile 1-inch big one for like $70, or you can get an adult one for $120. Dude, Mike, watch yourself.
I thought I was skinnier than that.
You're not. So yeah, I was talking about it with Jerry. We were talking about. Oh my God, they're here early. Sorry,
Hi.
cigar bar. Oh, Jackson's not here. Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my boy spent the night with his grandparents last night. Is it?
Cool.
Yeah, I know. You'd want to make a bunch of sex jokes, but it was not a good week. Anyway, what was I talking about before my wife walked in?
Mike Tyson and his DMT.
Oh, yeah. So Mike Tyson's arguably in a better mental health state now than he ever was as a boxer. So I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what the fuck he does, man. I think he's going to look like a murderer out there.
Yeah, it reminded me of
He said he's not doing it as an exhibition. He's going out there to fight.
Huh. Okay. Okay, yeah.
Like because they're two serious fighters. Shit, man. I tried to look it up, but it didn't pop up fast enough on my phone. I don't know who he's fighting, but it's another heavyweight, like fucking super well-known guy. I was never too much into boxing until, boxing became more boring, I guess. What are you doing?
And then,
what are you doing?
I don't know who the fuck he's fighting.
But yeah, Tyson.
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. He's doing Roy Jones Jr., really?
Yeah.
So two murderers, man. Two just heavyweight contenders they both ended at the prime of their fucking game, as far as I know. I don't fucking know. I don't follow this shit. I'm talking out of my ass now. But
yeah.
Point is, they're going to go after each other. Tyson doesn't half-ass it.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have the wherewithal to hold back.
He doesn't hold back.
So
I remember seeing him. He what's the scene? What's that movie called about the fucking brothers and the UFC fighting?
Never saw it. Here Comes the
name?
Boom.
No. Fucking Tom Hardy's character, he just fucking
Paul Blart.
Make a beeline towards his fucking opponent and just knock his ass out. That was Tyson back in the day.
Yep.
Like, fucking incredible.
One punch.
Yeah, he'd be talking about how he was gonna fucking murder people. And he did.
Yeah, and people would get pissed off because they'd pay $80 for or $60 for a pay-per-view, have a dozen people. I remember that last Holyfield Tyson fight. Not the last one, not where he bit his ear off, but the one before that, I think, where he knocked him out in 12 seconds. Really? It was like a 12-second knockout, and it was supposed to be the biggest fight of the year. And everyone I know, and I was like 8 or 10, and this fucking guy knocks him out in 12 seconds, and everybody was pissed off in the house. Like, I can't believe we spent so much money on that.
Yeah, well, that's UFC nowadays.
No, bullshit, because UFC, you got all the lead-ups and stuff are almost just as good as the main event. Yeah. When they're done right. But, like
in McGregor's case, his last fight with fucking Cowboy Cerrone, it was
Cerrone.
It was the fight of the fucking century, I think it was. But it was a fucking huge fight.
I missed it. And I forgot. I didn't even hear about that fight afterwards. What the fuck happened there? Who won?
Oh, McGregor.
McGregor whooped Cowboy?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought Cowboy was going to pull it out.
Well, the thing is, McGregor made a beeline, started fucking smacking him. And where fucking Cowboy tried flipping him over, McGregor ended up hitting him, I'm pretty sure it was by accident, on the fucking shoulder. So McGregor grabs his head and starts whacking him in the eye with his fucking shoulder until he fucking...
Damn.
Yeah. And then he fell and then he started wailing at him. And
Is it legal?
That's it.
Was it legal?
Well, yeah.
Then good on him.
Like, wow, using the fucking shoulder.
Well, Frank, I'm done with this episode.
Okay.
This is going to be a short one.
Cool.
24 minutes. Never been done. You think?
I think we have done half an episode.
No, not quite. It's 35 minutes is the shortest I think we've
Yeah.
done. We got another 10 minutes in us. What else do we got to talk about? What have we talked about? This has been just one clusterfuck of a conversation.
Talking about fucking sports, really. And you wanted to do a sports one with this one guy?
How did we do sport? I don't even know anything about sports.
Oh,
it's just everywhere, and everybody's all excited because things
about
are starting
Rona. Oh, I think it's because of the talk of the nicotine and the fucking...
Oh, I have one more sports thing we could talk about that'll fill in the time.
Okay.
What I barely figured out, the Astros controversy.
Oh,
did you figure out how they were cheating?
Something about... they were doing...
the signs.
Yeah, the hand signs, and that's... Well, somebody had to fucking leak it.
They were reading the signs.
Yeah.
So obviously there was a camera on the catcher who would throw the signs to the pitcher on the opposing team of the Astros, whoever they were playing. So every time there was a changeup and they were throwing a different type of a different type of pitch. Like say the guy threw 2 fastballs. And so you get dialed in. You're like, okay, I know where that fastball is going to end up. I know how fast it's going to get here. It makes it easier. So if you know that the next one's going to be a fastball, then you know where to swing, right? But if there's a changeup, you have no way of knowing that they decided to change it up. Well, what they started doing, the Astros apparently, they had a camera on them, and allegedly they had a camera on them, or I don't know if they proved it, but it's pretty fucking obvious. Every time there was a changeup, you could see it on the replay. You'd hear "kas kas," like 2 large banging from the dugout, as if someone was banging the metal railing with a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
So there'd be a sign for a changeup from the catcher to the pitcher. There'd be a "kas kas," and if he was gonna throw the same thing the next time, there wouldn't be any fucking thing. So you wouldn't know exactly what the next ball was gonna be, but you knew not to expect the same thing you just got, which immediately increases the percentage, the odds of you hitting the ball immensely in baseball. Like the chances of you fucking guessing that it's not gonna be the same kind of throw is, completely different than if you get a sign saying that, well, you at least know it's going to change up now. So that's what they did. And then there's the last game that they played to go into the World Series.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
Puff, puff, puff.
Puff, puff, pass.
Puff, puff.
Yeah,
puff.
Fucking on that like a champ.
Yeah. So Altuve, the little short Puerto Rican dude or whatever he is, for the Astros, he's running around the base. He gets that hit, and at this point, they've already been called out for this, right? There's been little things about them cheating, rumbling. So at the end of his run around the bases, it's the final hit that gets him into the series. He goes and he's saying, "Don't rip off my shirt! Don't rip off my shirt!" Because when a guy hits like a winning fucking hit, a winning home run, or base hit, whatever the fuck it is that wins the game, they'll rip the jersey off. It's an animalistic kind of just fucking celebration, right? He very specifically said, as he's going to home plate, and he hasn't even hit home yet, he's like covering his chest, holding his jersey on, telling him, "Not my shirt, don't rip off my shirt, not my shirt." And you can see him saying it. So the idea is that he may have had some sort of like indicator, like a buzzer or something, that would like a sound, like a little mechanism within his jersey. It's just hearsay that side, but you can't neglect the fact that there was definitely signs of change-ups with a bat hitting the railing before that even happened. So that was the whole Astros controversy. It took me till now to fucking figure it out, man. Yeah. Had you heard any of that?
Yeah, I did.
Mike's
and
a little off. There you go.
Yeah, because I'm like, fuck the Astros, because I'm a Rangers fan.
Ha!
So Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm like, I don't care. And like, they cheated. And I'm like, well,
Okay.
good.
Rockets or Spurs?
Mavericks.
Mavericks. I forgot we had 3. Is there only 3? I feel like
Yeah.
there's a 4th in there somewhere that
What,
I'm
the
forgetting.
El Paso fucking Border Bandits?
Are they a thing?
No.
Isn't that a like?
No, but
that's
there's
a different league, isn't it?
Yeah, the Border Bandits.
All right, so Rockets, Mavericks, and Spurs. You go Mavericks.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm from up there.
Okay. You're from Texas too, though. Why not root for all of them?
Yeah. Well, there's that, but nah, man.
All right. So then Texans or Cowboys, or is there someone else?
No, it's just Cowboys. They were talking about bringing the Raiders to San Antonio.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then they ended up in Vegas, right?
Yep.
Now they're the Vegas Raiders?
Yeah.
That's funny. Oklahoma before that, right? Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Sports, y'all are fucking weird in sports, man. And people get so angry. They're so angry. Look at my baby. Walking in the background. Say hi, babe. Give a wave. Woo! In the sunlight. She's too pretty for you to look at. Blind you. Anyway. All right. Frank, that was the last of it. That was all the sports talk I had in here, man. I don't know. What other Texas sports teams do people fight about? You got the Longhorns and the Aggies. A&M and Longhorns.
I'm not into college football because I didn't go to those fucking schools. So
you know what I never understood? When you have such a big rivalry that you make a song against the other people.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? At the very least, like you make symbol like the Aggies. You see some A&M alumni or current Aggies with stickers on their car. It's the Longhorn. With the horn sawed off and hanging down.
Yeah.
And I never, like, that's real vicious, dude. Like, can we, I'm assuming as a Longhorn, I couldn't get an Aggie, like, because it's a little guy, right? Like an agriculture guy. So I get a little Aggie guy. What's his name?
Aggie? I don't know.
Well, I wonder, let's look it up. Where's your phone? Google, what's the Aggies mascot? Hey Siri,
Aggies
who's the Aggie mascot for A&M? Reveal mascot. Come on, reveal is
Reveille.
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 How do you? Why would you pronounce it? That would a terrible.
French.
It's a mixed breed dog. Okay, so then can I have a picture of the dog laying on its back with a bag of its testicles on the side, like a neutered dog? Like, it seems like that would be cruel, but you're talking about doing the same. Whatever, man. Whatever. I hate sports.
Okay.
But this is a great sports episode.
Okay.
Frank, how do you feel about it? We pulled another one out of our ass.
Yeah. Then you didn't want to go this far, but you see what happens when you believe in yourself?
It was my idea to do this episode. It was your idea to do the last episode.
Yeah.
We're equal partners, Frank. It's not just my podcast.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this has been another lovely episode of the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Remember, you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, concerns, recommendations, or if you just want to rant and rave to us about how pissed off you are about the information we get wrong or right or that you disagree with. We are always available for your just wonderful reviews. Hit us up at Completely Inapp on Twitter, at CI Podcast on Instagram, at Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Everywhere else you want to look for us. Hopefully we're there. Love you guys. Frank, what do we tell the people?
Be excellent to each other.
And find you're happy, try and be better today than you were yesterday. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, sayonara, and Frank, tell them goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bog, goodbye.
Goodbye, I said.
Bogged, goodbye.
What?
That's what you said. Bog.
No, I'm like,
bye.
Goodbye.
Bah.
Uh-huh.
Just goodbye. I'm done.